The first quarter is over. We have some stats for you, and we can tell you the Chicago real estate market continues to be hot. Despite the cool April temperatures we have, the real estate market is hot. Hi, I'm David Taylor. Welcome back to Taylor's Tuesday Tip and Tour. Today we are going to give you a brief update on what's going on in the Chicago real estate market. So, as many of you know, the real estate market has been a little bit crazy over the last 12 months. Well, the last 12 months has been a little bit crazy in general, right? And we've had COVID, we've had the pandemic, we've had a lockdown, we've had things open back up, we've got a vaccine. I've got my first shot. So, it's been a little bit of a crazy year, but the real estate market really has been characterized by more buyers than sellers, and home prices reflect that. So in Chicagoland, which is basically from the Wisconsin border all the way down south of the city, the lake and Indiana state line, west through the western suburbs, single-family home prices are up 12.5% year over year. Condo prices are up 2.6%. So that's pretty typical. The 2.6% is our average appreciation for both single-family homes and condos. So those prices have held steady. What we have seen, though, is just an explosion in the number of single-family home, the prices for single-family homes. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that fewer single-family homes are going on the market than normal. So, in a typical year, let's say we have 100 homes that are typically for sale. Right now, we might have 30 or 40. And instead of having 100 buyers for those 100 single-family homes, we might have 100 buyers for those 30 or 40 homes. So it's a complete, imbalance between supply and demand on the single-family home side. And in some places, it's more pronounced than others. So let's dial in on a couple of neighborhoods in the city, and we're going to dial in on a couple of northern suburbs just to give you an idea. Evanston, Wilmette, which are right next door. So let's start in Lakeview. So right along the lake, single-family homes up 7.9%. That's good. That's healthy. Not the 12.3%, but still pretty darn good. Condos are up 6.5%. Again, very strong, very healthy, and kind of a surprise. At least to me, it was a little bit of a surprise. If we jump a little bit further west into Logan Square, so west of the Kennedy Expressway, single-family homes are up 6.1%. Condos are up 6.9%. So again, really strong. If we go into like the South Loop and the West Loop, both of those are two of the hottest neighborhoods that were going prior to the pandemic. We've seen those house prices decrease pretty significantly, down in the 10% range. But I think that they're coming back. So I don't think that those prices are going to stay down for a while or for long. They're going to come back. Let's go further north, though, in the city to Edgewater. So again, along the lake, not quite to the suburbs in Evanston, but a little bit further out from downtown, single-family homes are up 13.8%. So this is kind of where we're starting to see things. We go west into Jefferson Park, or we go into even some of those close-in western suburbs. Home prices are up. And then when we go into Evanston, just north of the city, we see that average home prices are up 12.5%. So really, really strong. This is also where we're beginning to see the supply really drop off the table. So instead of typical Evanston spring where there might be 10 or 15 homes for sale in the southeast corner of the city, there's one or two. Not a whole lot, and you've got a lot of buyers chasing those one or two. And I know because I've got a couple of those buyers who are chasing, and it's really, really tough. We go over to the condo side of things in Evanston, and Evanston's one of those suburbs that has a really good balance between single-family homes and condos, not unlike the city. Condo sales are down 2.4%, but that's not the whole story because If we look at 2 and 3 bedroom condos, those are down about 4.5, 4.6%, but 1 bedroom condos, those went up. Those are up at like, let me take a look here, 2.1%. So, you know, just interesting to me. I think I have a pretty good idea about why people who've been renting are like, hey, I can get out at a 3% or 2.75% mortgage and I can buy a condo, so let's do it. So they have. Whereas people who might have been looking at a 2 or 3 bedroom condo are moving into houses. So Wilmette is an interesting story in and of itself. So it's an expensive, suburb. It's along the lake, but it also has some really affordable homes on the western side of the village. And overall, single-family home prices have jumped. They've skyrocketed 13.9%. And we have heard of buyers losing out on homes, making offers $100,000, $110,000 over asking price and not getting them, which again is really frustrating. So average sales price a year ago was $787,000. It's up to $897,000. So an $110,000 increase year over year. Very, very strong. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think it's going to probably continue like that through the end of this year. And then next year, assuming that the vaccine works and the variants to COVID don't bring us into whatever phase 6 or 17 at that point, hopefully we're going to go back to a little bit more balanced market as more people put their homes on the market. So I said I was going to keep this short. I'm going to. If you are looking to buy or looking to sell, look at your underlying reason for doing so. If it's just to make a quick buck, real estate probably is not the way to make a quick buck. It is typically, in Chicago at least, long, slow, but steady appreciation. Home prices increasing 2 to 3% per year, but doing it more or less year in, year out, with the possible exception of years where there's a recession. So anyhow, thank you for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed learning a little bit about what's going on in the real estate market as of today in the first quarter of 2021. And if you have any questions, leave them down below, or feel free to call or email me. I'd be happy to talk to you about what's going on. Thanks, everyone.